Well, hello there. Welcome one and welcome all to another episode of Gwent. Man, am I tired. Oh dear, I'm so exhausted. It's like 1,000,000,000,000 degrees in here. Summer has suddenly arrived to Boise and it's extremely warm and I slept terribly last night and I've been exhausted all day. And what do you do when you're exhausted? Obviously, you come and play one of the greatest, most strategic, and one of the most difficult online trading card games that you can possibly play at the moment. We play some Gwent, of course. Well, I didn't want to let you guys down. That's what it's all about, isn't it? So, I've been working a little bit on Gwent over the weekend. Had a couple of streams over the weekend, but also decided, well, as Dr. Morgan suggested from lovely YesterQuest, he said that he wanted to see some Northern Realms action. So I have tried my best to satisfy him. I spent a lot of time trying to satisfy Dr. Morgan, let's be honest. But in this case, I wanted to satisfy him in terms of Gwent, within the strict confines of Gwent. So I've gone ahead and made a Northern Realms deck. Played it a couple of times, made a couple of tweaks, completed all of the challenges as well. And it seems to be reasonably robust. So, I'm not entirely sure how long I'm going to stream for this evening. It's probably going to be a bit shorter than normal, I think. But I kind of really wanted to show you guys this deck. So let's jump in and take a little look at what we've got. I've called it Triple Threat. So ideally, I kind of wanted to build a machine Northern Realms deck. So using the Trebuchet and using the crewman mechanic that's come with the open beta. But I just don't have enough. Haven't got enough cards to do that, and I didn't. I went and spent most of my scraps to craft some of the cards for this deck. Most notably is Vess. There we go. She was pretty expensive, but I didn't have enough of a baseline to make a machine-based deck with the crewman. So instead, I looked for other mechanics that are perhaps new to the Northern Realms. So the options there are armor, which is helps protect a little bit from some of the attacks that certain cards can do, and the ones that deal direct damage. Which is like, that's alright, but not my favourite. There's Trio, which allows certain effects to happen when you have 3 of the same card on a particular row. And of course there is, summoning is not a Northern Realms only mechanic, but there are some really cool ways you can do summoning with the new Northern Realms decks, particularly that is drawing cards from your deck and playing them directly onto the field. So the general power here is the idea using these Kedweni Sergeants. So they are 3 cost, and you'll see I have a ton of 3 cost minions in here. The main reason for that is, actually, I guess, before we go to the Kedweni Sergeant, we're going to start with the Blue Stripes Commando. So this one has a lot of text on it, but the idea here is that these can be played directly from the deck whenever I play a card that has the same strength as this. So here I have a 3 strength card, which is hiding out in my deck, and whenever I play any other 3 strength card, this will just drop out of my deck and be played directly onto the field. So that's really good. But 3, not very strong, right? Doesn't do a whole lot. That's why I put in these Kedweni Sergeants. So these have a really cool ability in that when I play them, all units that have the same power as this, regardless of where they are, will be increased by 1, will be boosted by 1. So initially, this has 3 strength. So when I play the Kedweni Sergeant, all of these cards that are 3 strength go up to 4. So now, when my Blue Stripes Commando comes out, it now has 4 strength rather than 3. And it will happen when I play a 4 strength card, which I now have loads of because all of my 3s are now 4s. The idea is that I want to try... so my leader card as well is Foltest, so it has a very similar ability to the Kedweni Sergeant. So when I play Foltest, it's a 4 strength card, and it boosts everything that's in my hand and my deck, so nothing that is already out on the field, but boosts all of those by 1. So my pretty much guaranteed turn 1 first round play is to play Foltest, just to buff everything up to 4 straight away. Then I can start playing the Kedweni Sergeants to buff things up to 5 and 6, and when I'm doing that, I'm pulling out these Blue Stripes Commandos for free as well. So the first Kedweni Sergeant that I play, after I've played Foltest, it's a 4-cost card that when I play it, it buffs itself to a 5, and then draws a 5 out of the deck. So I get 10 points on the second card I play in the game, just for a single card. Another cool thing that we have here are the Temerian Infantrymen. So there are 3 of these in the deck. I've got the 3 different art styles for it as well, which I was kind of pleased about. When I play one of these, all copies from the deck are pulled out as well. So again, after I've... this for me is a turn 2 play. So I try and win the first round, and when I lead in the second round, I play the Temerian Infantrymen. And what that does is that pulls out 3 copies of it, which should be at 6 strength by this point. So in one card, I get 18 strength on the field, and then I just pass. It's like, yes, I'm going to lose, but you're going to have to spend at least 2 cards to catch up with that, and then you'll be leading into the third round, which gives me a massive, massive advantage. So again, very, very powerful. I kind of glossed over the fact that the Blue Stripes Commando also has a trio ability. So this happens when 3 copies of this unit are present on the same row. When that happens, another Blue Stripes Commando gets thrown into the deck. Now, it's not a direct copy, it's actually only another 3-strength Blue Stripes Commando, but by this point in the game, by the time I've got 3 of them out, they're all buffed. So I actually don't have anything left in my deck that has 3 strength. So it's not a particularly good trio ability. But that's where Vess comes in, because whenever a trio ability is triggered, Vess gets summoned from my deck and played out, and she's a 6-cost. Well, actually a 7 after the Foltest's card has been played. Do you see how this is starting to work? There's a lot of kind of crazy stuff going on. Another way we can get Blue Stripes Commandos out is by using Vernon Roach as well. So Roach allows me to do 3 damage to something. So straight off the bat, it's a 9-cost card. 9-strength card, I should say. If it kills whatever that was, so if it has 3 health or less, then we get a Blue Stripes Commando summoned on a random row. Again, it's a 3-strength minion, so it doesn't really do anything else other than just giving me another 3 points, which is fine. But then I get to use the deploy ability again and damage another enemy by 3. Now, I can only do that twice. Like, it will never let me... even if I kill that thing, it won't get me another Blue Stripes Commando out or anything like that. Actually, that's not true. It does get me 1 more Blue Stripes Commando, but then I can't do it a 3rd time, basically. So this is a 6-strength card that does 3 damage, so it's a 9-strength card. If I kill it, I get another 3, so we're up to 12. I then get to play the deploy again, which allows me to damage another thing for another 3, so we're now up to 15. And if I kill that, then I get another 3-cost Blue Stripes Commando out as well that gets spawned onto a random row. So this potentially does 18 damage in a single card. Very, very efficient, great looking card. What else do we have in here? Oh, Neneka I just put in. I actually just got Neneka in the latest keg, and I have no idea if this works particularly well, but an 8-strength siege unit is kind of good anyway. But the ability to shuffle cards from my graveyard back into my deck seems like that might be quite interesting earlier on in the game, so I can start recycling some of these Kedweni Sergeants and getting even more shit going on. That feels like that would be quite good fun, so we'll see how that goes. Of course, when it goes to the graveyard, it loses its boost, so it goes back to being a kind of low-power minion. So I'm not totally sure if I would want to use these just for Kedweni Sergeants. We'll see. I'll play with it, but I think as an 8-strength siege unit, it's not bad anyway. And I didn't really have any other silver that I wanted to put in. In terms of the other silvers, we of course have Cleaver, very, very powerful card. Commander's Horn, because I'm going to have a lot of units out on that melee row, so that's always useful. Scorch, it's just a nice backup to always have a Scorch. And I think that's all of the... Was that all 6? Did I miss one? No, I think that was all 6 of the silver cards that we have. I do actually only have 3 golds in here. We've already seen Vernon Roach. I also have Philippa Eilhart because she's overpowered. She's brilliant. One strength card, which doesn't seem like much, but she gets the damage something by 5, then something by 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. So she just does a ton of damage to a bunch of different things. Not so strong against other Northern Realms because of the armor mechanic, but still pretty useful. It can be quite a nice board clear, and it can really turn the tide in a battle and give me what I need to just push ahead, which is really nice. Triss, because Team Triss, obvs, 7 strength with a damage by 5 is just really good. A couple of first lights, kind of counters weather, also lets me pull out some of these if I am looking for them. And we have Elzor's Thunder as well as a nice remove. The Lacerate's in there. It doesn't fit that well, honestly. That's probably a card that I would remove and replace with something. Probably a good gold when I get one. I mean, if I look at the golds I have left, though, we've got Geralt. I mean, Geralt is a great card. Villain Tret, I'm not actually that happy with Villain Tret anymore. I kind of wish I'd taken something else. I find it very hard to use it effectively. And nearly always it's biting me in the ass. So trying to find a better way of using that. I might drop those Lacerate out and put Geralt in, actually. I think we'll do that. So there are 4 of the cards that I haven't mentioned. So here was another silver. I got that wrong. Odrin. Good old Odrin. From all of the games, he's a proper meme lord, is Odrin. The greatest person to go out drinking with. Look at him, he's having a lot of fun there. And at the beginning of his turn, he will move to a random row and boost units. Again, just becomes very powerful because I have a lot of units out on the field, so it just seems like a sensible thing to do. Also, he has 4 strength, which gets buffed by the Kidweni Sergeant after I played the first one. So Foltest will push Odrin up to a 5. The Kidweni Sergeant then pushes all of those 4s up to a 5 as well, and then the next Kidweni Sergeant pushes everything up to a 6. So that works really nicely. And finally, we have the Reaver Hunters. Now, this bond ability is really, really good. The Reaver Hunters are a great kind of third turn, to win the game. They just have a lot of strength. While 6 doesn't seem like that much, they're very versatile. I can play them on any row, which is always nice. But the bond ability boosts the unit's current power. So when I play it on its own, it's not actually a 6, it's a 7. It immediately buffs itself to a 7. When I play the second one buffs itself to an 8. But because of the bond, also buffs this one as well, which then activates the bond, which buffs both of them again. So I don't quite, it all happens pretty quickly, but from what I see, it basically, I get a 7, then I get a 10, and then for the third one I get a 13. So I get 3 13s at that point. So it can add up very, very quickly. And the trio ability is just a nice kind of addition to that, in which it gets to damage the highest enemy by half its power, rounding down. Oh, that's right, yeah, the bond boosts all copies by 1. So you play the first one, and it buffs all of them up to 7. Then when I play the second one, it buffs all of them up to 8, which triggers the first one to buff them all up to 9. Then when I play the third one, they go to 10, and then the other 2 trigger. So that makes it 12. How does it get to 13? I've definitely seen it at 13. Not sure. It's pretty great anyway. It is pretty great. So really strong card. So I've been having some success with this. I figured we'll do our dailies and see what kind of point we're at. Maybe go for a little bit longer if we smash through them quickly. If it takes us a while, maybe we'll just leave it there for this evening. But let's take a look. Ladies and gentlemen, triple threat. Northern Realms. This is for you, Dr. Morgan. I hope you enjoy this. I've decided as well that I do enjoy building decks. I just can't do it on stream. It takes too long, and there's too many iterations. And when I'm trying to explain it, I'm not thinking about it sufficiently. It's way nicer to just get in there and actually do it. So for the mulligans, anything that says summon, I don't want to have it in my hand. So we definitely drop the Blue Stripes Commando. Don't want that. I'll keep the Temerian Infantryman. That's a good one. We've got 2 Reaver Hunters, which is powerful. Yes, we've got Nenica as well, so we can try that. I am going to keep Roach and obviously Triss. Do we keep Odrin? I don't know. I don't feel like I need all of these in my hand at the same time. Oh, well, there's Geralt. That's good. I'm going to drop the Reaver Hunter as well. Now, ideally, we don't want to have pulled another Temerian Infantryman. But if we have, it's not the end of the world, because I tend not to play that on the first round anyway. I'd rather play it on the second. So, even if we have a Temerian Infantryman, we can just mulligan it in the second round, and then we're back to 1 again. We get that full power because we're playing cards from our deck rather than from our hand, which is always advantageous. advantageous. Cool. So, playing against monsters, we've got Aerodin, maybe Weather. Aerodin Weather is pretty popular at the moment, I've noticed. Playing against the lovely Gummy Bearer. Draw a gold card and a silver card, play one and return the other to the top of your deck. Looks like we are getting Nithral. Biting Frost damage increased to 2. This is not good because I have no clear skies. So really what my plan here is just to buff everything. Interesting. Oh no, boosts itself by 5 if Frost is anywhere on the board, so that's going to buff itself. I think actually we're just going to kill that straight off
I will not let this become a second
before it gets a chance to boost itself. I think that seems like a good idea. So I want to play these Kidwani Sergeants. There's another one. Perhaps Cleaver might be a good call here. I think so. I'm going to play Cleaver. That means that it's not getting buffed. I'm still very, very worried. Oh, what's this? Move adjacent units to a random row on the same side. That Frightener. Interesting. So he gets to draw a card, but actually that kind of screws him for the Frost because he's now splitting up where my stuff is. He's almost certainly going to want to play the Frost on this row anyway. I can perhaps... Oh, here we go. Summon a Biting Frost. So every turn it's going to go down by 2. Which is a little bit of an issue. I'm going to play my other Kidwani Sergeant, which is going to pull another another Blue Striped Commando out. And these guys are all going to get hit pretty hard in a second. But I am very far ahead right now. Which makes me feel pretty good. I'm just going to have to battle through this Fighting Frost. I think I'm going to play the Commander's Horn, you know. We'll see what he does this turn. I know I'm super, super far ahead, but... I mean, he's going to be doing 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12... He's reducing my strength by 12 every turn. So here, playing this feels like this might actually be a good call. It's going to buff me by quite a lot. Back up to 50. So now I'd be happy to pass, I think. Really wish I had a Clear Skies. And I mulliganed all my cards. We just didn't get one. It would have been very nice if we kept it. Okay. So if I pass now, we lose. Which is not unexpected. And he doesn't have to play anything. Okay, let me see. Let me think about this. So I'm going to lose 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. And I'm up by 4. You know what? I think we're gonna pass. I think we're gonna pass. But he can't pass. He has to play a card to win. Because if he passes now, the damage doesn't get done, and we win the round. It feels good to me that he is going to be a card down and leading in the second round. That makes me feel happy. Oh no. That's really bad. He went and copied the Wild Hunt the Hound. So he's going to have lots of Biting Frost available. Okie dokie. Semper Fi. So again, we're going to drop the Blue Stripes Commando. We don't want that. Oh, we got to clear skies. Cool. So I got to be careful when I play that, though. I need to make sure that I do not play that too early. Not at all. There's Eredin. Spawning a Bronze Wild Hunt unit. Which, Random Brave, this unit is on the board. Give it resilience. Okay. So if I play Geralt now, it's a 13, which seems like a good idea. So we're going to do that.
Let's get this over with.
Nice 13 strength. Here comes a rally. There is the Wild Hunt. Hound. And there is the Biting Frost. Cool. I'm going to wait. Again, I really don't want to do this too quickly, so I'm going to play Nenica first on the Siege row.
Nasty wounds, those.
And I get to put 3 things back in my deck. It doesn't make a huge amount of difference, because I'm not going to be able to pull them out again, really. I guess... Oh, maybe the Blue Stripes Commandos are a good call here. Because then I can play them again later. I'm still not sure about how to use Nenica just yet. I mean, the Kedwoni Sergeant is going to be solid as well at that point, but I think I'm going to take Cleaver just in case. Do I want to do that? No, we'll just play that. We'll do that. Interesting. We'll see how this goes. Not super sure how it will play. Okay, that was a Quen. Right you are, son. I'm going to play a Reaver Hunter on the ranged row.
Don't recognize your own mates.
I love having this versatility so I don't have to play stuff on the melee row. So I can just leave that Frost there and save my clear skies for the end of the game, which is what I want to do. And if he passes now, then we're okay. But if he plays another card... Some lightning, okie dokes. I think I'm happy to play Odrin, honestly. I wonder what order this happens. So Odrin is going to move at the beginning of the turn. I wonder whether that happens before the Biting Frost or after. Because that actually does make a difference, so...
What? Huh? Who are you?
That's a pass. Good. Excellent. Oh. Oh, okay. There we go. It does happen. It happens before anything else. Alright, so we're a card up, which is good. We are going to lead, but I can just basically save this Clear Skies until right at the end. I definitely don't want that in my hand. That's very bad. I would much rather have a Reaver Hunter, honestly. Yes, I think I would indeed. So again, we're going to play the Reaver Hunter in the middle, which is probably going to force out a Biting Frost, maybe straight away. Which is fine by me. You can tick it down just a couple of pegs. Okay, what is that? Summon a copy of a different Wild Hunt Bronze ally. Alright, 15, so we're still looking good. This is my killer card, right? This is going to be 18 points in a single card. So this feels pretty good. And actually, with Roach, there's now a 3 cost, so I can finally do some damage with Roach, which is really good. So I'm going to play him in the Siege Row. We're going to shoot this guy, which kills him, spawns me a 3 and lets me play another 3, which I will do here. So this feels pretty good so far. Here comes the frost. Oh, he didn't. Oh, he doesn't have any. He doesn't have any frost left. Oh, so we win, right? Let's not. Let's play it the safe way, just in case. But there's our 18 points from the Temerian infantryman. What do you got? Did you have a biting frost in your hand? I mean, it's not going to be enough now anyway. It's a scorch. Not bad. Not bad. But we are going to rally into another one. Why not? Well played.
Hand it to you. Good work.
Well played, sir. Hello, Gibu. How are you doing this evening? I was gifted what? What? What are you talking about? Did I say that? What have I said? I don't know what's happened. Level 5, rock and roll. Nearly ready for the ladder. Halfway there. Halfway there. Living on a prayer. Yo. Do, 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 do.
Crush those vermin!
Another Eridin. Okay, so we want to try and keep a clear skies again. Oh, look at this. 2 K20 sergeants. Great. 2 blue strike commandos. Terrible. 3 infantrymen. Are you actually kidding me? That's the worst. God, nightmare. Alright. Well, we got to drop one of the infantrymen. We got another K20 sergeant. Oh, dear. And we'll drop this. And we'll drop this. What a total shambles that was. What a total shambles. If he plays the thing that does 2 damage again, I'm probably just going to shoot it down with Cleaver, I think. Just in case. So we shall lead with Foltest. As always. Always a good lead. Oh, there's Quen. Quenning up. Quenning up, I mean. The comic is coming in tiny fits and starts. Awesome. I keep forgetting about it. Good job, friend. I'm very excited. Despite my forgetfulness, I'm still excited. This is going to be silly. Like, we're going to have so much strength on the field. But this is also... These are buffing for later on as well, which is important. Semper Fi. We can't even get Vess out because Vess is stuck in our hand. Because we literally had all the worst cards in our hand. Oh, it's my turn again? I just played. What? Do I have to play again? What's going on? Hello? Hello? What? What happened? Oh no. Defeat? That's some bullshit. What? A problem with the game client. Nightmare. Alright, well let's pretend that never happened. That was weird. That was very weird. I'm not sure this comic will be as humorous as it could be storytelling. Ooh, I'm intrigued. You tease, you, Gibu. God, I can't believe how hot it is in here. Ugh. It's just so hot. It just drains me. It physically drains me. There's no water in the air because it's not Britain. There's actually a summer because it's not Britain. Man. I realise I'm complaining a lot. I really shouldn't complain. Like I do love having weather. I just struggle. That's all it is. It's just a little cheeky struggles. Okay, I don't really want to risk drawing another Temerian infantryman. I love that we have all 3 Reaver Hunters. That's pretty silly. I would definitely want to keep the first light because we're playing Eredin, so it's almost certainly going to be weather. So sounds good to me. Sure why Eredin is like the new weather one, because Dagoth or Dalgoth, Dragloth, shit, what's his name? That Dagon. That was Mehrunes. Is it Dagon? Mehrunes Dagon was a bad guy in Shivering Isles, wasn't he? In Oblivion. I don't know. But I think because the little Wild Hunt hounds can summon Biting Frost, and now Biting Frost can go on like all of the rows. Oh, this is exciting. When consumed by another unit, boost that unit by an additional 5. Death Wish, spawn a Harpy on a random row. This is I really want to make a Harpy deck. This guy might have my favourite Gwent deck.
Crush those vermin!
I love cards that are efficient and give lots of strength for what they are. And a Harpy deck, I feel like, would be totally full of them.
I killed for less.
Well, here's another one. So this is now a 12 cost.
I
Boop.
killed for less.
Boop. It's looking good. What you got? Do some consumes. I don't even care. What you got here? I'm going to start playing the Reaver Hunters in a minute. We have an Arakas. So actually, I think I'm probably just going to shut that bad boy down. Actually, am I? Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to risk it. Don't want to risk it. Oh my heavens, Gibu. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the bitties. 17 bits. What a lovely man you are. Thank you very much. It's not a man like I mean like not a Martian, but you're on Mars, but the thing. I just call everyone a man. There's plenty of clips of me calling like the little duty men, little cow duty men's. You know what? Just thank you. Let's just leave it at that. I think you missed the beginning of the stream, but I was saying I'm extremely tired, and it's showing. Let's be honest, it shows. I like the Kappa tentacle monster, and that looks really cool. And the little is it Kaylee? It kind of looks like Kaylee a little bit from Firefly. Voihio. Remove weather from a row. All right, so we're 11 points down. I can take a punt on Odrin. There's a 50-50 shot. If I play him here, there's a 50-50 shot. We get 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 points. Just doesn't feel worth it, honestly. So if I play Odrin, even with a 50-50 shot... Oh no, we get that dude as well. I totally forgot about that. Oh, unfortunately then, we don't get this, because I didn't get the trio. I totally forgot about this. I don't think I'd have wanted to have played Odrin on this row anyway, because then that means he can't move back to that row, so he wouldn't have given us the buff. But if I had actually played him on this row, then when the third Blue Stripes Commando came out, I'd have had 3, which would have been the trio, and that would have pulled Vez out as well. So that would have been pretty insane. Alright, looks like we're going to see lots of consumes happening now. So I might start playing my Reaver Hunters.
This is no time to whimper.
And with that, even if he passes, we still win. We tie or win at this point if he passes. Okay, the 1 is going to help him. But now we definitely win. Because I can play an additional Reaver Hunter here. So you see how they were 8? I think that was it. So now they go to 10 because it triggers twice because there's 2 of them. If you play something else, I just play a 3rd and that pulls Vess out. Five bits and a taco. Oh, sorry, I didn't see your message. I finally have a few minutes of time, I think, to spend watching my favourite channel. Aw, who are you watching, Gibu? Or do you mean me? What a lovely man you are. How lovely. How lovely, sir. So he didn't pass. Do I? Oh, fuck it. Let's just go ham on this bad boy. Boom. Check it out. Worth it because it did a bunch of damage to the Ekamara. And we have literally got double his points right now. He's made a Savage better, apparently. Right, we defo pass, right? There is no way I'm playing anything. Oh, the 14 goes... Wait, what happened here? What happened here? Turn start, move the highest other unit on its row to your side. Every 2? I didn't see him play this. When did he play this? Shit, I wasn't paying attention. Oh god, this is horrid. Okay, good news. So, no, I think it only triggers once. So that was strong. We're up by 4, which means he has to play that card if he wants to win. Odrin then buffs. I'm just going to pass still. I think we still pass. What's happening? Come on, Max Medina. What you doing? You playing it or not? The Brewess. Oh shit, that's quite a lot of points. Yeah, okay. That was a reasonable win for you. I don't feel too bad about that. I don't feel too bad. I mean, he's got quite a few points left, but hey, so have I. So we're going to drop the Temerian Infantryman, obviously, because we want to summon him for the maximum efficiency that we can. I reckon we still got this. There's Roach. How wonderful. Oh, this is going to suck for you. Sorry, fella. I'm going to do this right now. Come on, let me do it. Let me do it. Let me go. Let me go. Because that's going to be 6 from Roach, plus another 6 from the 2 commandos, plus 3. Plus 4, I mean, from killing these 2. So, all in all, 1, 2. Lovely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And of course, we have an easy. And I've still kept my Temerian Infantryman for all this time. Feels good, man. Feels good. Good. This deck feels strong. It's a decent deck. Even if we lose this somehow, which I don't see happening, honestly. But I think we're probably going to be in a really good position. The Scorch, too much of a risk. Philippa is a way better call right now. Yes. So I'm going to play Nanica. What do I want to go in the old Decaroo? I don't think it matters really. I'm not going to get a chance to draw any of them. I guess we'll drop a Blue Stripes Commando in, and another Blue Stripes Commando, and probably a Blue Stripes Commando as well, just to, you know, make it a bit different, make things a little more exciting. Oh shit! 23. Fuck, that's really high. Shame we still win, innit? Shame for him, I mean. I need 13. You're going down!
We're off giving up now.
Ta-da! Winning! Man, that's a solid card though, the K-Ran. Very, very solid card. One thing that I've noticed since the open beta, actually, is the number of points you win by on each round is like really subtle now. It's usually like 4 points either way for each round, which feels really good, right? Like we both played all of the cards that we had available to us for the whole game, and it was like +2 for me in the first one. No, like I guess it was a bit more than that, wasn't it? But it was pretty close. It felt close. Each round. It wasn't like one deck was just smashed the other one entirely. And that feels quite nice. What have you been up to recently, Gibu? Hey, what have you been doing, mate? Not seen you around much. You've been busy.
Onwards, sons of Nilfgaard! Close
Oh, it's the classic. It's the North v the South. Absolute classic. Alright. It's not looking great again. First thing, we dropped the Temerian Infantryman, obvious, and I think we're going to drop both the Blue Stripes Commandos. Oh, that's Vess. I'm going to... When am I most likely to run the trio? Probably Vess, I drop. I think that works. Especially given that we have Roach. Yeah, that seems fine. Come on, Foltest. Out you go. Front line, mate. As always. Leading the charge against the dirty Southerners. Dirty Nilfgaards. John Calvite, look at him. Sat on his poncy little chariot thing. What a git, eh? What a git. He's played himself an alchemist and has seen that I have Odrin. There you go. Odrin.
I killed for less.
Rot tosser. You fucker. Oh my god. Because all of these are damage an enemy. Wah, wah. Oh shit. I don't know.
What? Huh? Who are you?
This is bad. This is really bad. I have no counter to this.
No God!
I'm gonna lose all those. And there's not really anything I can do to stop it. There's no card in my deck that helps against this. I'm going to be very vulnerable to the cow carcasses, unfortunately, and we're going to lose 15 points, which is pretty sad. if I play the Blue Stripes Commando, it effectively gives me Vess. Oh boy. We're gonna have to do something else now. There's nothing I can do.
I will not let this become a second Sodom.
Oh no, not Odrin. Shit, we're getting wrecked. This is not good. This is not going well at all. Can recover this a little bit maybe. Just gonna try and bring them down as much as I can. Oh, that's not enough. I wanted one of them to be 3. No.
Order will triumph. It must triumph.
That's a strong card as well. Shit, son. Well, shit.
Death to the enemy! Barbarians.
Oh, okay. Cool. So we can do something now, which is better than nothing.
Temeric. That's what matters. Semper Fi! I strive above all to be just.
Okie dokie.
How can I help?
Ooh, I'm not sure how this is going, honestly. It doesn't feel great, but we are winning still. We actually won the round. Okay. I'm really not sure how I feel about this at all. Okay, so right now the Commander's Horn is... I was about to say it's pretty much useless, but actually I can pull... I can buff the Temerian Infantryman. I'll probably drop one of the Clear Skies, right? That feels like the one that's doing the least. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Oh, shit. Shit, son. Oh, I should have just kept the Clear Skies. Why did I do that? Why did I do that?
I don't want to die. No passage. Come to Pappy.
Let's see, what you got?
My prescription.
Vic of Aura Medic. I mean, all my stuff's kind of weak there, so...
This is no time to whimper.
This is actually giving me 12, so it feels like a good play. I'm not going to get any better use out of it now than any other time other than now. The lightning is good. I think I pass, but he has so much strength in hand. And it doesn't give me a card advantage. I'm gonna have to do this, and that feels really bad. What do I even have left? I don't know. I think I've only got like special cards left, so that doesn't seem good. He's gonna get to pick 2 of his cards if I don't. Yeah, there's no way we win the 3rd round as it stands. Because he gets 2 choices. At least if I make him do this now, I can make him use one of them and then pull the other one later.
If I must.
Okay, that's a pass then. And now we see what we get. See what the other card is. He's still got his leader ability, which I'm not happy about. What have we got left? We got Verse. See, that isn't good. That's not what I want at all. Do I keep the Scorch or the First Light? Probably the Scorch. We got Vess. That's a gold. Fuck. I think we're dead. Yup. GG, sir. GG. Man, that was close. Is that a Canyon Fire Scorpion? It's not gonna be enough. Well played.
Gotta hand it to you. Good.
Well played. Man, that was close. Alright. Nearly there with the daily though. Nearly there. Oh, my computer's getting up so much heat as well because of the streaming.
Crush those vermin!
Oy vey. The humans have no place in Broccolon. Okay, don't need Vess. Vess can go. Cleaver. Love the fact that we've got 3 Kedwenny Sergeants. Yes. Very good, very good. I guess I'd like a Temerian dude, if we could. Little Temera dude. We've got so much damage in our hand. Like, maybe that's a bit extreme. I'm going to drop the Scorch. Oh, nice. Probably drop the First Light then. Perfect. Perfecto. Wait, how are you even on the... Oh, summon this unit immediately after it's mulliganed. Oh, man.
Slaughter them to a man!
Boost a random unit in your hand by 1. Oh, wait, every turn? Well, that can fuck off. We're not having that. Fuck right off, son. Play a random dwarf. Cool, we can lock that down. That's really nice. Make sure it's not staying on deck, as it were. Oh yeah, I'll tell you what we can do here. We can Vernon Roach and get 2 dudes. That's pretty good. Boom, kill that. Boom, kill that. Lovely. Man, if I hadn't played Foltest, actually, that would have been really sweet. So right now I'd love to play the Kedwenny Sergeants, but if he passes, I'm just going to Cleaver the Mahakam Defender. Easy as. What? What? Okay, fine. Now we start pulling stuff out of our deck though. Bring us back into this game.
Never had your kneecap broken.
Interesting.
I killed for less.
There we go, into the lead.
They can hide, but
Oh,
there's
another
no
one.
escape.
Damage by 3 and then by 1. Lots of damage. And I think we probably play the 3rd one, which helps the trio. This is going to be a big turn. Because this is 6, then a 7, then Vess. That was a huge turn. He's going to play again? Perfect. Absolutely perfect. You keep doing that, because I've got news for you, fella. He ain't coming. He's not coming to the next round, I'm afraid. He's not invited. He ain't invited to the round 2 party. Not on the guest list. And you know what you can do, you can pull him back to your hand, that's how it does it. Oh no, resurrect the special card from your graveyard. Interesting. There's a rally. Are you genuinely still going here? Okay. I guess I could play Odrin, right? Why not? Go on, Odrin. Do your thing, mate. Hop around, give some points. I won't get any bigger advantage than I get right now, so... you see, that's kind of sad. That 9 is going to be quite powerful. Which is why I'm tempted, considering the amount of strength I already have in my hand. He's going to have no cards left. I'm feeling pretty good. We're going to fill up this guy. Just a bunch of damage. Reduce its strength. It's only a 4 now for the next round, which, you know, should be totally fine. Why would you not pass? Just pass, seriously. Seriously? What is wrong with you? First light? Really? Those 3? What are you even doing? What are you doing, sir? I think we might 2-0 this. That makes some sense. There is no... It's so unlikely that he is going to have 17 points in his hand. And even if he does, I will still win. So, we pass. You have 1 card. You're going to play it or not? You've committed so much this round. You have to win this. I think we still would win, because that would be 13 plus 21, yeah. We still would win even if the other one still had resilience. He can't beat us. Not with the cards we have. I think we win this round straight off. Oh, the Scorch as well. That is just fucking brutal. Absolutely brutal. So unfair. I'm going to drop Nenica. That was a risk, actually. I should have kept Nenica then. So I'm actually going to lead with Geralt. Just in case he decides he likes the idea of buffing this even higher. Geralt's brave, so... Oh my heavens, yeah. So... Be real shame if something were to happen to that buffed, resilient dwarf, isn't it? Rage quit? No rage quit. Good lad. Good lad. Don't rage quit. You keep playing, mate. You keep playing. Well played. Not sure what your last card is, but it's going to need to be 34. It's not impossible. Well played. Do we get a GG? Bet we don't. We did. You know what, Franco Phoenix? I would like to apologise to you. Good game, sir. Well played. Well played. I had you pegged as a rage quitter. I'd have rage quit. I wouldn't, but like I'd have been pretty pissed. It was a hard deck to play against. And GG, sir. Magnanimous in defeat. Can you even be magnanimous in defeat? I think that goes against the definition. Never mind. Hey, we got a card keg. Let's take a gander. See what we got.
Prices for humans of all walks.
Gottest soup got.
Let's see what wow inside.
Let's see what wow inside. What do we get? Oh, a whole lot of nothing. Another Reaver Hunter, Wild Hunt Warrior, Clanbrock Var Archer, and Arrakis Venom. This has some cool flavor text. Oh, we can't see it though. I wish that you could zoom in on the cards here. I think that's been suggested before. That'd be really cool. Wow. Kind of a crappy keg, honestly. Ekamaras are great. So I'll probably get the Ekamara here. Queen's Guard would also be okay. Because we can constantly keep resurrecting them, which is always nice. Dolbathana Protector, yeah, not so fussed. I think any deck that has enough special cards where this becomes really scary is probably unbalanced, as in the bad way. I don't mean like broken unbalanced, I mean you've probably got too many special cards. So we'll take the Ekamara, I think. Splendid. Splendido. Look at that. Just pretty much exactly an hour. I am tempted to call it for this evening. You know what? We're gonna play one more. We're gonna play one more, but I think then I'm gonna leave it there. It's only gonna be a short stream this evening. But you know, I did quite a lot of the weekend. And I might do one tomorrow as well, actually, because I am going on holiday from this weekend for a week. So there will be no streams for a week and a half. And because it's the summer, I'm gonna have to like reconsider when I can stream and how long for. Everything's a little bit in flux, so we'll see how that is going. So because of that, I would like to finish Heroes 3 before I go on holiday, at least that campaign, and I'm really close. I think I can do it in one stream, so I'll probably do that tomorrow. And then on Thursday, maybe play something with Mike again, so we'll see. Anyway, what are we doing here? Kidwenny Sergeant, probably don't want the first light. Wait, who are we playing against? Yeah, I definitely want the first light. Definitely want that. Strop Odrin. Yeah, I'll keep Geralt. Wow, 4 golds. All 4 of my golds. Yeah, probably just take that, honestly. Probs just take that. Prost! Ooh, he's got a red thing. That's exciting. Oh, that's cool. You can squelch emotes. That's nice. I like that. I like that you can squelch emotes. Lead us off, Faulty. Basil fall test. Basil? Faulty fall test. Oh, another one. Well, this is 10, so that puts us on 14, which gives us the win. Lovely. It's a shame we don't have more of those, though. I'd like some more. Oh, here's a twatter. There's a pisser. I'm not even gonna do a Clear Skies. Nope. We're gonna do Reavers instead. Reaver Hunters on the back row. Just gonna ignore these. Just let them die. I love the Kidwenny Sergeant because it looks like a 3 strength, which is like kind of rubbish, right? But it buffs so many things by 1 that it's like 40 strength or something ridiculous in a single card. It's just like delayed. Oh, so good, so good, so good. And combined with these guys, like the fact that I can play it, it buffs everything in my deck and pulls out 10 strength. It's just great. It's just, what's not to like, right? What is not to like? Oh, man. Okay, well, fuck you. Here come the Reavers. Uh-oh. You bastard. What a bastard. Right when I was about to play the 3rd. You, sir, are a bastard. Okay, play Geralt. It's only 3 behind. Philippa Eilhart is probably a good call here. Alright, if you play something else, then I'll probably play Triss. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, here's errors. Error. Error then. Playing thing. What is this? It's on the board, give it resilience. Oh no. I don't want it to have resilience. Things that make you go. We're about to drop down to 17. Should I just keep playing my gold? Like... Yeah. Alright, I'm going to drop this down to 1. I think that makes the most sense. Again, we're only 3 behind. Well, it's going to be 4 behind because we're going to lose the Kidweni Sergeant. Every round I feel like, man, if he passes, we're actually not in a great position. But he keeps going. And I think if he passes, I think I play Philippa. Right, I'll keep the 10 strength, I'll keep the, what is going to be 15 here, which isn't much, really. Keep Roach. No, goes with a rally.
Resistance is futile.
So if I play Roach now, I get 3. It would be 9. No, it wouldn't. It'd be. It might. It's hard to tell because it doesn't. I don't know if it's going to spawn the Blue Stripe Commandos on this front row, which is going to kill him. Which would be sad. But I mean, Philippa does a lot more damage, except for the Quens that we have here. I'm going to do Philippa. Yeah.
You'll suffer the consequences.
I think this is worthwhile. I was hoping it was going to get that 1, but it didn't. But now we're 3 ahead, so that was a good swing. And now Roach can do some serious damage, actually. So if he does play again, then Roach is going to be really quite powerful here. Because I can kill both of these. Which is going to give me 6, 9, 12, plus another 4 for killing those.
I'm a dwarf for business.
You can't lock anything down. Not a great use of Cleaver, honestly. Here comes Roach. Just look at the ridiculous number of gold cards. All 5 of my golds. It can be any random row, so it actually doesn't matter where I put Roach. So for symmetry's sake, I'm going to put him at the bottom. Semper Fi. Oh, that was perfect. Got the 2 of them in exactly the place I wanted them. I'm 13 points up, you got 3 cards. It's almost certain that you can win, but how much do you want to win this round?
I'll do what I can.
Quite a lot, it seems. I'm still winning. I'm actually going to pass. If you want to play another card, you're going to go down to 1 card. Like, at this point. Did you calculate that? How are you a journeyman? What is this? He just wanted the tie, okay. I have no idea what his final card is, but I don't agree with any of what he just did. I definitely don't want 2 first lights, so we'll drop the first light. A Kidweni Sergeant is actually pretty good, because it's going to pull another... We have another Semper Fi in there, so...
I killed for less.
I want to play my Temerian Infantryman before the first light, but I mean I would anyway, I think. Shit, what did that just do? Apply Drought. Damage the lowest unit on the row by 3. Shit. Oh, but only one of them, because these both had the same. Huh. So I'm going to lose that. So actually I play these here, right? And at the beginning of my turn, I'm going to lose the Kedwenny Sergeant, which is fine, but then I have the Clear Skies. So he has one card left, and it's like, whatever that card is, that's your lot. I like this. This is a cool effect. It looks really nice. It's a legendary weather. What is this? Damage an enemy by 4. That was a mistake. You now only did 2 damage rather than 3. Alright, whatever, I guess. Obviously a Clear Skies. You're going to need a lot. You need 11 points in a single card, and I have 17 points in mine. I guess this isn't 7, because I can only kill something that's worth 2 right now. What we got here? There's a pass. Well played.
Gotta hand it to you. Good work.
Oh, don't forfeit. Shit, what am I doing? I just pass. I was like, forfeit? That sounds fine. GG. Good job, Prost. Good beer as well. 15 ore? Wait, do we have exactly 100? We absolutely do. That is perfect. Thank you for the GG, because that gave me another keg. Let's see what this is, and then we'll finish for tonight. Nice, that went well. Let's have a look-see. Oh! Nothing. Light long ship. Another Wild Hunt Warrior. Fire Scorpion. And Clan Heme. Heme. Clan Heme Scald. Alright. Ooh! It's an animated one. Ooh! Whenever you mulligan, boost it by 1. It's not too bad, I guess. Veteran, strengthen self by 1. Deploy, damage a unit by 2 if it was already damaged. Summon another one. I like the animation. Yeah, we're gonna go for that. Take the animated one. She's pretty badass. Look at her. Boom, boom. You dead, son. You dead. GG's, y'all. GG's. Let's just have a quick look at the collection, see if we can get any scrappies. How many scraps do we get? 35 scraps. Let's mill them. Gonna mill them. 35 scraps. Wonderful. Well, that just about brings us to an end for this evening. Thank you so much for joining. If you're watching on the VODs, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it was useful. That, ladies and gentlemen, is Northern Realms. A cheap Northern Realms deck that I kind of threw together. Looks kind of good. Works pretty well. There's a few cards that I'm still not totally happy about that I need to look into. Maybe replacing. But in general, I'm reasonably happy with it. I think it's a good base deck. And I think it will suffice until I get enough war machines that I can do the whole crewman thing, which I'm super excited to do. I think that'll be really good fun. So, thank you very much for coming. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you again, Gibu, for joining, and thank you for all the bits, all the bitties. Very kind of you, sir. Next scheduled stream will be Thursday, but keep an eye out tomorrow evening because I might go back and finish that Heroes 3 scenario because we're so close. We're so close. So keep an eye out. Other than that, see you on Thursday. Have a great couple of days. Bye.